Hello everyone and welcome to Guitar and Tech News for the end of July 2022. We still don't have an intro music or anything yet, but we will very soon. We're working on it. And without further ado, let's talk about the news. Meta, better known as Facebook, have finally launched their music revenue sharing service, which means that if you produce content that goes on Facebook that is on an account that is eligible for being paid, then you can now do that, and that will finally, with music, give you some money. Revenue sharing isn't ideal. It's based on clicks, 1,000 views, and you only get 20% of the shared revenue. But arguably it's better than nothing, and hopefully we'll see some sort of revolt that'll make that more as time goes on. Universal Audio is diving into the microphone market even further with their new SP1 matched pair of small diaphragm condensers. These are probably not that different from everybody else's SDCs, but it means they've now got them and they match their brand. They already had the SD1 standard dynamic microphone, which is very similar to something like the Shure SM7B. And now they've already announced that they will be doing more microphones with Bock audio. I assume they bought Bock because there's going to be the 187. There's the SD1, the 187, 167, and 251, which will be significantly more expensive than the €399 price for the SP1s. Origin Effects, the well-known British manufacturer of pedals that makes pedals like the Cali 76, has released a Tube Screamer. Just like every other pedal company, they've finally weighed in, and it's got a clean blend, which is really new, like the Tate Effects Intaris and the Voodoo Lab Sparkle Drive. But it's got the Origin Effects style housing. It's going to be very, very tough. It's got a modified voice style and an adapt knob, which obviously means it's going to be able to do a Bear Grylls impression. Neumann are finally making a reissue of their classic M49 valve microphone. It's been a million years since they stopped making them, and this is going to be the M49V. They've gone out of their way to call it the V variant to assumedly try and distance this from the original ones in some way. Maybe there's a new power supply style. Maybe there are other small subtle differences. The original M49 was an incredibly highly coveted microphone. And as we've seen from the success of the U67 reissues, which were over £10,000, euros, respectively, each, this microphone was not cheap to begin with. There's no announced price yet, but expect it to be ludicrously high. In a recent interview with Music Business Worldwide, TuneCore believes CEO Dennis Ladegalerie claimed that major labels are probably going to be giving you a lot less revenue on platforms like Spotify in the future. This may be due to high competition. It may be due to the floods of new acts and artists that are releasing music all the time. And it's something we should definitely look for on the horizon and try and combat before it happens, because their argument is probably going to be that the more songs that need royalties paying, the fund isn't getting any bigger. This may not be the case, but that's probably the excuse they're going to use, so keep an eye out for that. And finally, our friends at IK Multimedia are jumping on the AI bandwagon, but with an interesting twist. Their new software is called AI Machine Modeling. It's not ready yet, but it promises to be a competitor for something like the Kemper modeling amplifier, where that takes a particular amplifier and uses very clever methods to mimic that and try and give the most accurate reproduction possible. We'll be interested to see how that goes, because IK are primarily a software company, and if they can do this in software, that may well be a Kemper killer. That's everything from me for this week, but stick around because we've got the Mix Engineer React series. We've got interesting videos coming out on things like phase, bass, all sorts of interesting relationships, more Reaper videos. There's even stuff coming out about elephants. Okay, maybe not elephant. But there is stuff coming out about audio production on the Steam Deck, the tiny little handheld computer that's actually a PC. So I'm going to be doing stuff about that very soon. Until then, thanks for watching. I'm Adam Steele, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.